Tim, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, send the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and the needy, deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They go on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, be your God, and all of you are children of the Most High, that you shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
This is Kabbalah Folks, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Adam Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Adam Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy. This is Marina with the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give a shout out to Silver Kevin, all my Silver Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I give a shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotel. It's Mansour Hotel, a.k.a. Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace. You're not adding anything to the culture that you claim. You don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to Tracy Tasha. Stand up. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina. And you are now on Gye-Nyame Radio.
I need 2 bottles of water. I think tomorrow. Man, we have had enough. There's fuckery going on all over the internet right now. Some stuff we got to talk about. The folktale is on point. Family, I am so glad to be here. I am blessed to be here. I had to stop eating at least 2 hours before because I was on immediate toilet patrol. Let me tell you, family, coming off the fast, you at least now I have figured out the part where I'm not stuffing myself. No, I'm not stuffing myself, but my body is still adjusting. So I had to kind of take a day, and I had to take it real slow. You know, it was something else. It was something else, man. It was like I know I had toilets at my venture, but I didn't want other people to suffer. So I just kept my kids at home and had them suffer as I suffered. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get rehydrated. And family, but I want to take the time to welcome you to the home of the stubborn minority, the congregation of the mighty, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Thank you, Anime. You feeling good? Okay. She off her fast too. This is a Heart of Simple production. Right now we are on Folktales for grown folks. When we strive. To blow up your paradigm. We gotta blow them up. We gotta make space. We gotta move them out the way because these old paradigms are stopping us from moving forward, family. And we have to stomp them out. We have to find them. We have to go inside, deep inside ourselves, and find these old structures that have been constructed to support somebody else's reality. And we have to blow up them paradigms and start rebuilding something that is for us, for our success. You know, and of course, it is good that it's on this day of Kuji Chagalia, which is, you know, part of that is self-definition, right? Being able to define yourself for yourself. Right? Well, we do this type of show. So, let me go and play a little commercial for y'all real quick. Short, very short.
Yeah, this that time of month. It's time for the G&J Mall.
We got clothing, we got jewelry, and all kinds of shit.
So come on out and join us. You are the only thing missing.
We got the cleaning supplies, the fresh produce, stuff to wipe your ass. I don't know.
So come on out, family. Join us and have a good time.
At the G&J Mall.
It ain't nothing but a G&J thing, baby.
G&J family, G&J Mall. I know that shit right there, right? Alright, so family, that is the commercial is up, it's live, it's
Let us know how you like it. You know what I'm saying? Share it. We need to spread the word about the mall because, like I said, we want this the place to be once a month because it's an important part of our cultural stabilization initiative. You know, as far as the holidays and the stuff like that, we're doing one once a month. And we asking the family to come out and support. So if you know people who have extra fruits and vegetables in their garden or make a mean pie or have some type of skill that they could sit up and they could set up a booth and solicit, you know what I'm saying, and solicit people and let people know what your skills are. And you know what I'm saying, if you don't do nothing but come and communicate and talk with people, you know what I'm saying, we need to start building those relationships. We need to start networking. We need to put the process of reciprocity into action so that we can start benefiting as a community. Family, it's so much beauty and so much power just in the Columbus area. Lord knows what happens when we start going nationwide with this. Actually, let me say this. I know that we doing this, other people in other cities doing it as well, because nothing happens totally isolated like this. And there's other crews in Columbus that's been doing some of the same stuff. So I want to send shouts out to them. Ours is every last Saturday. Oh God, I owe y'all push-ups. Every last Kuumba of the month. So please come out and join us. You know, because I'm on the show. I gotta say Kuumba. If I'm on my commercial, you know, and stuff like that, most people don't speak the language. But on the show, I owe y'all, and I will drop and I will give you what I owe, right? So let's go on down the Gye-Nyame timeline before we get into this, because I'm telling you right now that the folktale is going to plug right into it. As a matter of fact, let me share the folktale with you. Then we'll go down the Gye-Nyame journey timeline. If somebody call in, we'll have a conversation. If not, you already know how we do it. I'm going to get down like to get down because this is what I do. I was born to do this. We're going to go and look at this folktale because on this folktale right here, we're going to be able to take it from the micro level to the macro level and back down to the micro level. You know, because it's like it's so expansive, right? There's so many different ways that we could work with it and build with it and get an understanding on how to improve our lot as a crew, as a tribe, as an individual. And it's going to blow up some old paradigms. All right, here we go. It is called The Bald Man and the Fly. Hopefully I got it right on Spreaker. A fly bit the bare head of a bald man, who, endeavoring to destroy it, gave himself a heavy slap. Escaping, the fly said mockingly, "Ha, you who have wished to revenge even with death and the prick of a tiny insect. See what you have done to yourself to add insult to injury." The bald man replied, "I can easily make peace with myself because I know there was no intention to hurt. But you, an ill-favored and contemptible insect who delights in sucking human blood, I wish that I could have killed you even if I had incurred a heavier penalty." I'm waiting. Yeah, man. That was I know you didn't feel it at first, but that's earth-shattering. Family, listen, I want y'all to really listen to this one, right? Then we're going to get into our timeline, and I'm going to pin this in with each one of these news articles because it's something that we have to understand as individuals. It's something that we have to understand as a tribe. It's something that we have to understand as cities. It's something that we have to understand as communities. It's something that we have to understand as a nation, as a national group. It's something that we have to understand. And this man illustrated it with the conversation with a fly, with an insect, right? With someone that wants to use them for a certain purpose, right? And the lesson is so clear and so powerful and so beautiful that if you grasp this, you may you may you may have a key to change your very existence. Woo, woo. Let's go down this timeline because I'm getting hot, man, because this, listen, and it's kind of good, nobody on the line, because I'm going to tell you that I'm going to chew this motherfucker up. All right. So, what you didn't learn in school, African and Mexico slave revolt. So there's an African legacy article up from Smithsonian education.org. So go and get that information. There is an, and also make sure that y'all get the newsletter. If you want the newsletter, you can inbox me. I'll get you the newsletter. The newsletter is going to be coming out. You know what I'm saying? Those that want to subscribe, good, because it's just like, you know what I'm saying? We want to add value to the community for those, so those that want to contribute to what we do at Gye-Nyame Journey, so that we don't have to constantly be asking to do fundraisers. So I got to find some way to create some type of value between y'all and us. You know what I'm saying? If you're not part of us, I have to create value for the community. I got to create value for our membership so that people don't mind exchanging. So if people subscribe on a monthly basis, they are able to get the information, get the stuff that's on the timeline, get some extra stuff as we start getting more writers, because it's a work in progress. But we want to bring value to your life so that we can exchange. We get that reciprocity going with us, right? So that when it come time for these events, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be out here saying, hey, can you give us 20? Can you give us? No, listen, homie, I gave you, you know what I'm saying? Through the donations for the newsletter, we've been, you already got. You ain't got to ask me. You know what I'm saying? Go ask those that ain't been given. I've been given. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we've been trading. As a matter of fact, here's $20 because I like what y'all doing. So hell, you know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to look and be like, damn, y'all are offering a service and is a value to me and my family. My sons or my daughters have been able to go to y'all camping trips. Y'all done linked them up with organizations like Simba and Simsa. Y'all been doing some amazing work. Y'all, my child attends your school or is influenced by some of the stuff that you're doing. I've been checking you out on the Daily Toast. I've been checking you out on Folktales for Grown Folks. We've been coming to the G&J Mall. We seen you at the Malcolm X Festival. We seen you during Kwanzaa. We seen all the stuff that you're doing. Our family came on a family camping trip. You know what I'm saying? We involved with Gye-Nyame Journey. In some form or fashion, I want to be able to reach out and touch your life, right? So there's a value, so that when we ask, when there's an ask, you know what I'm saying? It's an exchange. It's not that you're giving. I'm just going to give it away. Hey, excuse me, ladies. Y'all know I'm doing my show. I don't understand why y'all gonna play right up there at the top of the stairs so I can hear you. Nobody want to hear that. Real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Real life. Real life. You already know. I'm gonna do an article on Gina G trying to take over my show. She done did it several times. If I leave my camera, she come on. She try to, So, pretty soon, if as I get older, you see me with bruises and stuff like that, there's a good chance that Gina is trying to move in on the show and take over, especially when she get a little bit bigger and get stronger, because she working out with her mom and stuff. And I see the look, the eye of the tiger, you know what I'm saying? The young Simsa, the young Simba who want to take over and stuff. I see the lion in her eyes and shit, right? So, pray for your brother. This K9 ain't gave me the look to shut up, so I guess I gotta shut up. I'm trying, It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Ghana, Jamaica waive entry visa requirements for citizens. So I'm wondering if you could travel between Ghana and Jamaica without having the passport. And I'm wondering how that's going to see, because all this partnerships that they doing don't help. Well, first off, it don't help ADOS, and second, it don't necessarily help the poor people that need to get to Ghana, and the poor people in Ghana that need to get to Jamaica. Those are the ones that really need to be hooking up. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is something that we need to go on and just check out, and just, just some international news, just trying to throw on a flavor. I'm going to do some more thinking about it, because I'm going to have to do an article, or somebody going to have to do an article on this, Facebook. Facebook plans to launch its own currency to 2 billion users. Now let's go and check this out. Let's see what this is about. We want to see what this is about. I want to see what this is about. We're gonna check it out. This is on the AP Wire by Rachel Lerman. Facebook already rules daily communication for more than 2 billion people around the world. Now it wants its own currency. The social network unveiled an ambitious plan Tuesday to create a new digital currency similar to Bitcoin for global use, one that could drive more e-commerce on its services and boost ads on its performance. But the effort, which Facebook is launching with partners including PayPal, Uber, Spotify, Visa, and MasterCard, could also complicate matters for the beleaguered social network. Facebook is currently under federal investigation. We got to check that out. Over its privacy practices, and along with other technology giants, also faces a new antitrust probe in Congress. Because, you got these major corporations who controls actually, it's like almost no space. You know what I'm saying? Don't have really, got all these employees and, it's just software, basically, Gina, come down here and close this door. Creating his own global spanning currency, one that could conceivably threaten banks, national currencies, and the privacy of users. Did you not just hear me, Gina? I said come down here and close this door.
Okay, let me get the door.
They be thinking I be playing sometime. Creating his own globe-spanning currency, one that could conceivably threaten banks, national currencies, and privacies of users, isn't likely to dampen regulators' interest in Facebook. It's a bold and strategic move that has clear risks as well as opportunities tied to it, said Wedbush security analyst Dan Ives. This could raise further yellow flags as more regulators focus on Facebook. So now you're controlling the currency. You're one of the richest companies in the world. You know what I'm saying? People can transfer, all types of fuckery, because now you're in the business of creating a currency. It's almost like, they like a casino. You know what I'm saying? They create money. Dave Marcus, the head of Facebook cryptocurrency operations, said in a tweet, Dave Marcus, the head of Facebook cryptocurrency operation, said in a tweet Tuesday that Facebook is creating a separate subsidiary, Calibra, to handle the new currency. He said feedback from customers has been loud and clear about keeping social media and financial data separate. We understand we will have to earn your trust, he wrote. The digital currency called Libra is scheduled to launch in the next 6 to 12 months. Facebook is taking the lead on building Libra and its underlying technologies. Its more than 24 partners will help fund, build, and govern the system. Facebook hopes to raise as much as $1 billion from existing and future partners to support the effort. Company officials emphasize that Libra is a way of sending money across borders without incurring significant fees. Ladies, last time, get off of that stoop and get up there into your room. Company officials emphasize that Libra is a way of sending money across borders without incurring significant fees, such as those charged by Western Union and other international money transfer services. Fees typically start at a few dollars, but can be much higher when paying with a credit card. Shares in Western Union fell 2% in the morning trade. So just the news that Facebook was going to do something like this drop. So now we're at Facebook. Now that they can see the effect of the market, what's up with Google? What's going to stop Amazon from getting their own currencies, right? What's going to stop them from building their own armies? Because you got your own currencies, you can pay your own soldiers. I mean, come on, family. I mean, like, so sometimes, government is supposed to protect you from these all-encompassing monopolies that are growing, right? This is one of the roles of government that we have to really look at. And, someone was like, oh, it's brilliant, it's beautiful. The shit is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? The shit is dangerous. When you have companies that are big as countries, you don't think that they are influenced the politics that we see? The politics that affect our lives? Oh, you got to chain these motherfuckers up now, right? Or we'll be like in The Godfather. They said they should have stopped them in Munich. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be like, damn, we should have stopped them in 2018. You know what I'm saying? They could do some stuff, but some of this shit they gotta disperse some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's ridiculous, right? Cause think about this. No, and some people they could just ban you off of Facebook. That means Instagram money, everything that you're doing, your whole little hustle. Out the door, and they haven't done it. Same thing with YouTube and Google and all that. It's done. You're done, right? Libra could also open up online commerce to huge numbers of people around the world who currently don't have bank accounts or credit cards. T-Mobile doing the same thing. T-Mobile getting into the money thing too, so they got a bank. If you fast forward a number of years, consumers all over the world will have the ability to access the world economy. Marcus said in an interview with the Associated Press. Facebook also could use its own currency to drive more people to make purchases from ads on its social media site, said Gartner. Analyst Avia Litton, who based her comments on press reports about Libra that preceded Facebook's formal announcement. This is about fostering more sales within an ad to get more business from advertisers to make ads more interesting on Facebook, she said. Now, if you have never dealt with a currency and the ability to create currency, let me tell you something, family. You might need to get a small group and do an experiment, like, because in the environment that I'm in, we're able to do experiments like this and start learning things and learning about behaviors and learning about shaping and molding behavior. And when you are in control of creating currency that individuals value, creating value on paper, you know what I'm saying, or digitally, that people value, that they can actually use to add things to their lives, that's power. That's power, right? And Facebook is reaching for power, right? So I'm just saying this. We're gonna get back to the fly thing. Backing by familiar corporations might also make Libra the first Bitcoin-like currency with mass appeal. Such cryptocurrency has generally failed to catch on despite a devout following among curious investors and innovators. Bitcoin itself remains shrouded in secrecy and fraud concerns, not to mention wild value fluctuations, making it unappealing for the average shopper. Libra will be different, Facebook says, in part because its value will be pegged to a basket of established currencies such as the US dollar, the euro, the yen, and others. Each purchase of Libra will be backed by a reserve fund of equal value held in real-world currencies to stabilize Libra's value. Webbush analyst Ives said how well it is received will boil down to execution and how comfortable consumers feel around Facebook and cryptocurrencies. To be sure, recent history reminds us that many big Facebook announcements never really take off. 2 years ago, for instance, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg promised that augmented reality, in which phones and other devices project digital images into real-world surroundings, will be a major focus for the company. Such AR applications will remain all but invisible today. Same goes for the online shopping chatbots that Zuckerberg unveiled a year earlier, saying they would revolutionize e-commerce in its messenger app. So, we only got a couple more cents. You go and finish that. But let me know what you think about that. And, of course, we're going to find a way to connect it to swatting the fly. Okay, let's go. Let's see Let's go down a little bit. Of course, we did the Daily Toast this morning. Shouts out to Jasmine Johnson. Thank you. Jessamine, I think that's how you say it. Johnson. We got some old videos on here. Tensions rise in Iran, speeds up enrichment. U.S. send troops. U.S. is sending troops to Iran. It was about 1,000 troops over to Iran. But family, listen. Smoke screen. So we're going to keep it moving. Here's some information. I shared this morning. We said we was going to talk about it today. Whether y'all know it or not, tomorrow, June 19th, the House Judiciary Subcommittee to hold hearing on H.R. 40 legislation to study slavery reparations. Now, this, they slid this out real slick, right? You wouldn't even know this. So tomorrow, let's see if you're going to catch wind of this. This came out on June 13th. This is on the official site. I got this off the U.S. House Committee on the Judiciary, chaired by Jared Nadler. I got it off their official site. I had to go to the official site to even find the goddamn announcement, family. I'm looking. The only thing I saw was a picture of Danny Glover to address. And I'm like, who are you going to address? So I had to look through the article. I had to cut and paste. And I had to go and plug it in. And I had to go to the judiciary. Then I had to dig within their site to find when this damn thing was going on, what time. So it will be popping off tomorrow, June 19th at 10 a.m. The House Judiciary Committee on the Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties will hold a hearing on H.R. House Bill 40 to commission the study and develop reparation proposals for African Americans Act. The purpose of the hearing is to examine through open and constructive discourse the legacy of transatlantic slave trade, its continuing impact on the community, and the path to restorative justice. Now, first off, this is not extensive enough. Right? First, it's not specific enough. African American Act, that could be anybody. This is why it was important, and I salute the young people that came up with the title ADOS, because it keeps it confined. And the thing that I constantly have to remind family, I got to remind us that we got to be very particular when we dealing with things, because the more we allow people to expand the definition, the more they are able to push us up out of it. So we need to keep it specific, and this has to be deeper than just the transatlantic slave trade. We got to be more specific than that. We have to be specific, and we have to talk about slavery, the enslavement of people in America and beyond. So it includes the journey of the transatlantic slave trade, and it includes the period of time from up until 1865 with the slavery. It includes the what happened after Reconstruction. It includes Jim Crow. It includes redlining. It includes convict leasing. It includes mass incarceration. You know what I'm saying? War on drugs. It includes all those things, because we want to make sure that we understand that this is a total reparations bill. We don't want it piecemeal. They will piecemeal, and they will come up with simple apologies and simple strategies to kind of keep your mind focused off and be like, well, they did the best they could. Unacceptable, family. Best you could is not what we're trying to hear. You know what I'm saying? Just like when we get in certain situations, you know what I'm saying? Do or die, my friend. You know what I'm saying? There will be consequences if this is not pushed through. For those that, you know what I'm saying? And everybody get up in there, because that's what I'm saying. We have to start setting the tone, the stubborn minority. This is why I keep screaming about this. We are the stubborn minority, because it takes a stubborn minority to make shit happen. Because other people just be sitting on the side or just chilling and shit. No. There's no time for that. All right, so let's go and read this, and I promise I'm going to get into the Folktales, family. Lines are open, 614-556 4535. Come on, we can start with the Folktales. We can have our discussion. You know how I go down here at Gye-Nyame Journey family. All right, so the House Judiciary Subcommittee on Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties will hold a hearing on H.R. 40 to commission to study and develop reparation proposals for African American Act. The purpose of the hearings is to examine through open and constructive discourse the legacy of the transatlantic slave trade, its continuing impact on the community, and the path to restorative justice. See, transatlantic slave trade is not just American. This is an international thing. We have to focus our efforts on America's misdeeds. Period. We have to focus that in, because we don't want to give motherfuckers any excuses to move around. Well, we need to go on and call everybody that was involved in the transatlantic slave trade. That'll take about another 20 years. No, motherfucker. We got everybody we need in Washington to resolve this issue. This is an issue. And I can't understand for the life of me how my people around the globe do not see this as a test case, as a big giant test case for the rest of the cases around the globe, rather than sprinkling hate. But I understand. First off, some people feel that the light is being stolen from them. We got other people that they don't want to be proved that because what's going on now is that what the young folks in the ADOS movement have shown is that some people have been talking reparations but walking something else. This has exposed the fact that motherfuckers have been talking reparations but have not been moving in reparations. Have not been doing, they've been doing this, but they haven't been doing that work. They haven't been putting in that research. They haven't been using that creative thought. The very principles that we stand upon as far as Gye-Nyame. You know what I'm saying? We ain't using that Kuumba. They ain't using that Kujichagulia. They're not using that Umoja. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been using that shit. They've been using something else. So, what these young people are exposing is that some motherfuckers ain't doing their thing right now. Let me say why I believe this hearing is done in private. Because this is the bald man trying to get rid of the fly. Who they perceive as the fly. Now, family, in this specific instance, I'm going to go to the folktale in a minute, but in this specific instance, the bald man is all those who say they want reparations, who say they've been fighting for reparations. And the fly right now is the ADOS. And because we have to learn to look at these folktales from both angles, right? From all angles. Because you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because right now, this shit is getting out of hand because family, the reason I looked this up because I wanted to see who was invited to represent you. Represent your interests. Represent the fact that reparations need to be taken seriously. Right? You would think because in these things, what's going on is they have to justify and push this whole proposal to another level. So it's almost like you got to bring in your top guns. Every time you come to the table with this, if you're serious, you're coming to win. Do you understand? Right? So you come with your big hitters. Now let me tell you the lineup because you got the Democrats, you got the Republicans. The starting lineup to carry forth the possible future of reparations. And maybe even hold the destinies of your babies, at least in this country, in their hands. Up first, Ta-Nehisi Coates. Okay, because he kind of, a lot of this discussion was reawakened. Okay, all right, I'm feeling it. All right, I feel it. A little, right? Distinguished Writer in Residence, Arthur L. Carter Journalism Institute of New York University. I know the run on the Black Panther, but the shit he wrote on reparations was good. You know what I'm saying? He has the ability to get a story across. So, all right, cool. Let's go to the next. Danny Glover. One of my elders. Listen. And like I said, so after I heard Danny Glover was speaking, I went to Google and searched up reparations in Danny Glover. Any discussion anywhere where he had about reparations, any news articles, any articles that he wrote, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't find nothing. And if somebody out there could find something, let me know. But like I said, when you come to these things, you're bringing your best. And no shade on Elder Danny, but is he the best representative to go and have a discussion about reparations? But he is an actor and a storyteller. So maybe between him and Ta-Nehisi Coates, the stories that they are going to tell, maybe it might be able to get some steamrollers. So let's see. Next on the lineup, Katrina Brown, documentarian, Traces of the Trace. Okay. Never heard of her. Okay. She's a documentarian, another storyteller. So maybe they're going to dazzle them with stories about the things that led up to reparations. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they're going to use the emotional push. And then you're going to bring in the big guns. Next is retired Reverend Eugene Taylor Sutton, Episcopal Bishop of Maryland. All right, we got 3 storytellers and a pastor. So maybe he gonna hit on the morality, the moral need. Maybe they gonna give him to where, and he's such a good pastor that he's gonna be able. Okay, all right. Dr. Julianne Malveaux, economist and political commentator. All right, economist. Look up Dr. Julianne Malveaux's stance on reparations. I haven't heard anything in recent time about Dr. Malveaux's role in the whole reparation discussion recent. All right, but hold on. But she a doctor. She got her doctorate. That means she got some expertise. Maybe. Then we got Professor Eric J. Miller, Loyola Marymount University. And I don't know what he's a professor of. But maybe it'll help. But this is, so y'all heard the lineup. But this is where it get problematic, family, and you have to start wringing your hands. Republicans witnesses to be announced. Let me refresh because it's tomorrow. And the Republicans still ain't announced who they gonna have, who they bringing, right? We got individuals who've been studying this whole reparation thing, and I'm just like, Are y'all taking this seriously? See, this is stuff that, like, for example, we have to be very clear, and we got to, in a sense, take it personal when we start, especially when we start dealing and we start seeing people play games with what's ours, right? This is a political game that is going on, because, like I said, family, when you bring in people, you need to bring people that can construct a narrative that not only can move the spirit through story, but also got people that's right there that can connect right through with the numbers and the statistics and the actual history that goes there. Then the lawyers hit her. God damn it. All right. So we're gonna get on this, family. We got to get on this. I know some of y'all out there got to have some comments on that shit, because I'm not. That's not the Avengers we sending up there to fight for us. God damn. That's like we sent the Defenders. We needed the goddamn Avengers. You know what I'm saying? We need the Justice League. We sending the Teen Titans up to this motherfucker. They still got superpowers, but it's just not the same. Damn. All right. So we sending the Defenders to fight Galactus. God damn it. For those that like Dragon Ball Z, this is almost like we sending Krillin to fight Frieza. Fuckery alert, fuckery alert, fuckery alert, where you at? Fuckery alert. Fuckery alert. Stay in the house. Fuckery is afoot. Fuckery is afoot. Family, and what we got to understand, man, just because people got our complexion don't mean that they got our best interests at heart. We got to grow up past that. We got to get past that. Just because they look like us don't always mean that they got our best interests in mind. And just because they don't look like us don't mean that they don't have our best interests in mind. But family, I'm just trying to tell you, when you start seeing shit like this, and you got to have some questions, you like, damn, this bill been in the House for what, 30 years? 30 years? Over? And you finally get the hearing, and you go in with I don't even know if this is Defenders. I don't even know if this is Defenders. This is just a ragtag group of superheroes. Like this shit, we might be sending the Guardians of the Galaxy in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Can we get this Fantastic Four? God damn, they don't even got a Reed Richards. They ain't got a Tony Stark. You know, all right. So yeah. So on the timeline, we also got where I show Elder Danny up there, talking about it. And also the other attack is that we have in New York Times. There's an article where they're talking about reparations for LGBTQ. So we got DACA. We got, in a sense, welfare for all. We got LGBTQ reparations. Of course, they're going to try to lump in Ocasio said that, in a sense, the only way she going to go for it, or the only way she think it should happen, is if there are Latinos and Hispanics on it, right? You know, everybody gonna be trying to add, and we have to be no, get your own shit. No, my brother, you must get your own. No, my sister, you have to get your own. And after we get our shit through, we have no problem with helping you get yours. But we done took the back seat, you know what I'm saying? We've been driving Miss Daisy. We've been sitting at the back of the bus. You know what I'm saying? We've been redlined and heavily incarcerated. Our labor sold, Jim Crowed, hung, robbed, raped, burnt, and enslaved. No one's history runs as deep as ours with this country, and it is so troublesome that when you try to have real conversations with people about it, it's almost like they get over it. They don't tell rape victims that. They're not even going to look at the LGBTQ people and be laughing and shit when they talk about reparations. Well, when it comes to you and your plight, your shit is fun. Your shit is something that you need to get over. Come on, family. How long we gonna allow motherfuckers to treat us like the Fredo of people? They treat us, those that like the Godfather, they treat us like the Fredo of the human family. Fuck that. No. You don't know. You don't send me off to some little out of place hotel to be a manager or something like that. This is how they treat us. They treat us like the Fredo of people. And a lot of us is cool with it because we getting benefits from doing it. On some stuff, you gotta get off of it. We gotta get off the sucker shit, family. That's we on some straight sucker shit as a group of people, and we have to we have to start demanding respect and start checking. We have to start checking individuals. Like I said, this is why we started Gye-Nyame Journey, because you want to clown us, we clown you. We can take it how you know what I'm saying? We can take it however you want to do it. And we need to start getting armed, because I told you I'll start doing these briefings in the morning on Google, right? And it's like there's none specifically for us. There's briefings about everything going on around. And if anybody know any news outlets that's directly for us that will keep me in tune with what's going on in our community nationwide, first and worldwide, I would love to plug in. But if there's nothing like that right now, I would love to be the one to go on and throw that up and get it running. Right? When you can come in and get your daily briefing about what little news clippings that people been posting up all day. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get to the point where we could be knowing, all right, this popping off in Baltimore, this popping off, and it's towards us, as far as ADOS, towards us, as far as people of the diaspora, as they say. When we keep up with it, and we get good information, not just feel good shit, but the shit that's really going on. Right? But all right. So let's get to the folktale. A fly bit the bare head of a bald man who, endeavoring to destroy it, gave himself a heavy slap. Escaping the fly said mockingly, "You have wished to revenge, even with death, the prick of a tiny insect. See what you have done to yourself to add insult to injury?" The bald man replied, "I can easily make peace with myself, because I know there was no intention to hurt. But you, an ill-favored and contemptible insect who delights in sucking human blood, I wish that I could have killed you, even if I had incurred a heavier penalty." All right, family. All right, so let's go mop this out, and let's get it down in the Gye-Nyame fashion. Call-in lines open 614-556-4535. Before I go in, I want to give some other people opportunity to call in because I'm about to go in, and then after I go in, we'll call it a night. Let's see. Call in line open. 614-556-4535. Wow. All right, we are up. We are live. So, family, I'm trying to give people opportunity because I'm about to go in. So be it. So be it. Let me see. Oh, okay. Want to make sure where we are. So here we go, family. Y'all ready? So we have this bald man. We have this fly. There's not a symbiotic relationship because the bald man gets no benefit from this bug, this fly, this mosquito, this bloodsucker, this parasite sucking off of his head. So he takes his hand back and he tries to slap the fly. The fly flies away and make fun of him and saying, "You missed me." And on top of that, you slapped yourself. And the man's response, and I want y'all to listen to this. The man's response was, very simply, let's go, I want to quote it, then I'm going to do it. I want to quote it exactly, then I'm going to bring it into our language. The bald man replied, "I can easily make peace with myself because I know there was no intention to hurt." That's the first part. But you, an ill-favored and contemptible insect who delights in sucking human blood, I wish that I could have killed you even if I had incurred a heavier penalty. This man sought to destroy something that was small, using more force than they even required. And in a sense, according to the fly, hurt himself. And the man turned around and said, "Listen, I can make peace with myself because I know my intent. My intent was not to hurt me. My intent was to protect myself. And sometimes in order for us to protect ourselves, we have to hit ourselves. We have to slap ourselves sometime. And that slap wakes us up. That slap is a call for us to get into action. That slap is to remove something from us that was not supposed to be there in the first place. Sometimes the slap may take a physical manifestation like your hand trying to kill a fly, or it might take another form as you slapping yourself with changing your diet. You slapping yourself, swatting away some motherfuckers that don't deserve to be in a relationship with you. You or your group slapping away people that don't deserve to be part of you because they're just bloodsuckers. We are surrounded by bloodsuckers that are trying to take away our progress, that are trying to stop our steam, that are trying to take away something. And it might be just insignificant, but the fact of the matter is, it's yours. Regardless of how much they take, it's yours. And they did not have permission to take it. See, this is our problem as a community. We got so many tiny, small insects that have infested us, that have infested our community, that have infested our tribes, that have infested our cities, that have infested our personal lives, that have infested our schools. We got so many teeny-weeny bloodsuckers that they're killing us a little bit at a time, and we're not swatting. Because we want to be kind. We want to be the man didn't care whether or not. As a matter of fact, the man said, "I wish that if in order to kill you, if I had to pay a higher price, I would. Some of us are not willing to even do the slap or pay a higher fine to try to get rid of some of the bloodsuckers in our lives. We're just used to it. We're just going to let the fly sit up there and suck on us. We become used to the pain. It don't even hurt us no more. It don't even hurt when you walk past a store that is draining your community of thousands and thousands of dollars and taking it to other communities. It don't bother you. It don't bother you. It don't bother you to walk by dope houses. It don't bother you. It don't bother you when a police car drive by. It don't bother you. You just used to it. It don't bother you when you drop your child off at a school that is not designed for your child. It don't bother you. Our blood is being softened off slowly. Now going back to the story about because looking at it from another angle, the fly only want a little bit of blood. So we have this old school mentality as far as this whole reparations piece. You got this fly, this ADOS that lands on the head of those that's been saying they want reparations. And they swatting at it and they miss it. And now they're throwing threats at the ADOS because they don't like what they're doing. They don't like how they talking. They don't like the little bit of blood that they're trying to siphon off, or they believe that they're trying to siphon off the movement. Although they ain't been doing that. They done grew fat. You understand what I'm saying? So you could look at this from several different directions, because in certain instances we are the fly on the side and people are trying to destroy us. But we too quick. But we have to understand, as that man said, they're willing to pay a higher penalty to get rid of us. Higher price. But now going back to the other side, family, what price are you willing to pay to get some of them bloodsuckers up out your life? Are you willing? Or you just going to accept it and allow them to drain your lifeblood, your spiritual, your mental? I mean, we're constant. We got leeches. We got all types of leeches on us and in us as individuals on all 5 levels of our being. Intuitionally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Sucking on us. And we cool with it. Family, that shit is not cool. That shit is not right. And we need to start making adjustments. We got to get some of these vampires up off of us. They're not big. They're flies. They're not big. And we got to be willing to pay a higher price sometime. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we being swarmed. But I'm telling you, once one or two of them, we swat them off. We in business. But yo, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. We've been on for over an hour. Unbelievably, I don't even believe it. And I want to thank y'all. I want to thank everybody that took time to chill with us here at Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm gonna go and dry some more fruit for my kids, myself, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I got a busy day tomorrow. I'm feeling a lot better. I gotta eat. I think I might need to make me some. I think I might need to make some soup. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Make a little bit. Make my little mixture of soup. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. This is Brother Hatim. I want to remind you that you are now in the home of the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, and the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. That's right. This is a Heart of a Simple production, and we just did another folktale for grown folk. But we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Hey, I'm out.